Hello. Jesus said that he is the truth. He is truth and the light and the life, right? So ponder on that while I just share a few of my thoughts from an incident this morning. Something that other people may not see is a big deal, but to me, the little things, they've got to mean something. I was going to a new office for the first time for acupuncture for foot pain. And they wanted me to fill out all the paperwork that medical places like you to fill out. One of them said, I, so-and-so, have received a copy of the privacy policy. Da-da-da-da-da, sign here. So I flip behind the page. There's no copy of the privacy policy. It's not in any of the paperwork. So I was like, either I don't sign it or I ask for a copy. So I asked the lady at the front desk for a copy. She looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language, but I explained to her, it says I've received a copy, so I need a copy if you want me to sign this. And anyway, that incident has just helped me think, because I always wonder what it was like when Jesus was on the earth and what it looked like when people rejected him. He literally was working miracles that could not be denied or explained. I mean, even these days, people could say, oh, that video was photoshopped or whatever. They didn't even have that back then. And they still did not believe. They rejected him as the Son of God because he didn't fit what they thought it would look like. Here we are in what I feel are wicked days that are probably getting pretty darn close, if they aren't already there, to the people in the days of Noah. And I often wonder, how did they reach that point? So through this incident of me standing up, I really didn't want to. I'm tired. Like, I'm not just physically tired and yes, in pain, but sometimes spiritually or mentally tired. And a little thing like this, it's so much easier to go with the flow. I could have signed that darn paper and just turned it in, and I probably wouldn't go to hell for that. But it honestly is wearing on me, where I wonder, what about in the days of Noah? What if the righteous or the good-intentioned people, the people that believed they were Christian, what if they gave in? They didn't want to rock the boat. They didn't want to be the Karen. They didn't want to offend people. They didn't want to make their own lives more difficult. And so through the tiny things, they sinned. Tiny. And all those things just grew and grew to something beyond their control. So that's why I'm making a video about this at all, is if everyone that went to that office expected a privacy policy because they were agreeing that they received one, it wouldn't have been hard for me, because they would have fixed it by now. But I was the anomaly. What if every Christian out here chooses to stand for what's true and what's right? Even if it seems silly or insignificant, and it might take extra minutes of your day, or you might be exhausted and you don't want to deal with people. But what if you stop and ask, what is truth? Because whatever isn't of Christ, it's of Satan. And what if one of Satan's tactics is to just do a ton of little things each day that draw us a little bit farther instead of a little bit closer to God? If Jesus is truth, we should stand up for him, even in the small things. That's just the thought that I had. Take it or leave it.